So, hi guys, it's Arsh and I'm here today with my actual nephew, Abraham.
Hi guys.
Right, okay, so Abe doesn't know this yet, but for this week, I'm setting him a challenge. So Abe called me yesterday morning and he goes, I'll work, where'd you work in, what area?
Home shop.
Okay, so he works up north, but because of the heat delays and stuff, the trains have been cancelled. So he goes, have you got a couple of days work? So I said, yeah, come along. I'll see what I can do just to support him. So yesterday, he helped me set up my TikTok. I'm now on TikTok, guys. Go and check me out. What's the handle? Arshalahi. Yeah, so go and check me out. I'm hopefully going to put the link somewhere down there. So I'm now on TikTok. Go and follow me on TikTok. So Abe's been the brains behind my TikTok so far, and it's done okay. Now, but today, I'm going to give him something different because I thought whilst he's with me, young lad, 19 years old, is, really, his passion is football. Would you agree, Abe?
Yeah.
What else is your passion?
Just football.
Okay, so you just want to do football. Today, I'm going to teach him some life skills. Now, as you can see, I'm not actually in my office. I'm actually in my mum's house because, as you probably know, for the last couple of weeks that she had a bit of a fall. So I'm actually working from her dining table. Not very inspiring, I ain't gonna lie. It's not very inspiring. You can see a little, it's not very inspiring, but it is what it is. So, but I said that today we're gonna teach Abe some life lessons and I'm gonna try and get Abe his first deal today. When I say try and get his first deal, he's gotta get his first deal. I'm gonna give him the skills and the transferable skills so that he can do this week in, week out. And the beautiful thing is that we're going to film all this so that you can watch it, so you can see what he does on a step-by-step guide. Abe, how you feeling?
A bit nervous, but I think I can get it.
It's okay. You know what, mate? All I want you to do today is relax. Just relax and concentrate on the task. And the goal is by the end of this session, we're going to have a deal. What we mean by a deal, let's just make sure that we've got our goals aligned. We're going to have found a deal. We're going to have negotiated the deal. We're going to have packaged the deal and get it ready to put out to investors. I'm hoping also, depending on time, whether we sell this deal and get money in the bank today. And that, again, is going to be Abe's deal. All I'm going to do is be giving them guidance. Now, why is this important? Because there's probably loads of 19-year-old guys out there like Abe who've got all the passion, all the energy, but we just need to direct it in the right direction. So Abe, would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah?
100%.
And then do you reckon you can do this, Abe?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got it? Got it in the bank?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? And what's going to be the plan after today?
Then just start building from there, really.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And if we find the right property, we'll keep it. If it's a property that we don't want to keep, we'll sell it. And that's the plan. The plan is to find a deal and make sure that we also build on Abe's confidence so that he can go and do this day in, day out thereafter. So stay tuned and let's see where we go from here. So here we have it, guys. So Abe is completely new to property. This is his first real day of doing anything involved in property. So I'm going to throw him straight into the deep end. So Abe, today our aim is to get you your first deal. Now, when we talk about your first deal, we're going to try and find an opportunity. You don't even know what the opportunity is yet, don't worry. The plan from there is then to be able to find an opportunity. We're going to try and find it by using existing portals like places like Rightmove, Zoopla on the market. Okay. Our plan is to try and find a property. We're going to try and appraise it. After appraising it, we're then going to try and speak to the agent just to understand what the angle is. Off the back of that, we're going to package it, and then potentially present it to one of our investors. So, just tell everyone what's your experience with property?
I did 10 days work experience about 2 years ago, but that's about it.
Where was that? Was that the letting agency?
Yeah,
that was letting agency with my business partner Aki. But that was a long time ago. What did you take away from that?
That being in an agency and finding deals is a lot different.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do today, Abe, is we're going to concentrate on rent to rent. Do you know what rent to rent is? So I kind of briefly described this to you in the car. So I want you to relate this back to what you do, because I think you kind of do something with clothes as well, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you do?
So pretty much what I do is I have a lot of old clothes, or my friends give me their old clothes, and what I do is they tell me a price what they want, so I give them then, and then I put my money on top. So I'm kind of like including a fee, kind of thing.
So in essence, what you're doing is you're taking on someone else's clothes. Yeah. You're not buying them.
No.
You've got no commitment to them.
No.
And all you're doing is you're making your markup. If you don't sell them, what happens?
I just give them back to my friends.
And that's exactly what rent to rent is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what deal packaging is. Deal packaging is exactly that. So owner, just imagine your friend now is a person that owns a house instead of a t-shirt.
Yeah.
They've come to you and said, Abe, I want to sell my house. can you find me an investor? Now, you're the sourcer, the packager. You then look at that property and think, oh, okay, I can add some value here. Potentially we can run this as like a HMO or service accommodation, or whatever it may be. And then you sell it on to an investor, and then they pay you a fee, and then you've made your money as a fee.
Yeah.
And in your scenario, going back to your t-shirt, let's just imagine your friend wants £100 for the t-shirt, and you've charged this person £130.
Yeah.
That £30 is your fee.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So let's relate it back to what you know and the young kids of today. So what we're going to be looking for today, Abe, is let's keep it quite simple. We're going to be looking for a rent-to-rent, more so like almost like a flat in a major city, which we can use as service accommodation. Do you know anything about service accommodation?
No.
Okay, so have you ever stopped in a Airbnb?
Yeah.
That's serviced apartment.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, like I've got a property in Liverpool.
Yeah, like that.
So that's exactly what that is. So I rent the property off the landlord.
Yeah.
I give the landlord a guaranteed rent.
Yeah.
Off the back of that, I then go and so I'm giving the landlord, let's say £700 a month rent. Yeah. Now, in order for me to make money, I need to make in excess of £700. So in order for me to do that, I need to look at what's the best strategy for me to do that. So in this scenario, I now run this apartment on Airbnb. So I put it up on Airbnb. People come and rent it for the night or for the week. So just imagine, you know, when you go out with your mates for the weekend, you book an apartment for the weekend, for that night. Yeah. So let's just imagine you pay £200 for that apartment for that night. Yeah. So I need lots of people like you renting that apartment for £200 a night in order for me to pay the landlord. Yeah,
so you've got to
pay my bills.
You've got to make that £700 just to pay the landlord.
Correct. Yeah. And then you've got your bills on top, because obviously when you go to the apartment, you don't pay any bills, do you?
No.
Exactly. So I pay the council tax, the water rates, the electricity, the gas, the broadband, the cleaners, making sure it's all clean. So on average, my cost there will be approximately about £1,000 a month, including the rent. So I need to make sure I've covered £1,000 just before I make any money. Yeah. So if I'm renting that apartment out for £200 a night, how many times do I need that apartment to be let out?
Just 5.
So 5 nights out of 30. Yeah. So my break even is 5 nights. I'm giving these as rough examples so that just Abe gets a good indication. Now, what we're looking for today, you can see on Rightmove here, we're gonna go to property to rent. We're gonna type in Birmingham city centre. Now, what we're gonna look for, mate, we're only gonna look for apartments. We're not gonna look for houses. Yeah. So we're gonna narrow it down to up to 2-bedroom apartments. And what we're going to do is we're going to start from the lowest price ones, and we're going to go right up. So in Birmingham city centre, starting from 0 beds up to 2 beds, we've got 638 apartments. Now what we need to do, also put some filters in. So we do not want student accommodation, we do not want retirement homes, we don't want house shares. And the reason why we don't those is because they're not going to be the kind of properties that appeal to us. Now straight away we'll come in with, we've got a studio. Do you know the difference between a studio, a 1-bed and a 2-bed? Yeah. So studio is where everything's in the one room.
Yeah, so like the kitchen and everything's in the same room.
So, like we went to Bushbury Lane this morning, one of my properties, that's a studio, everything's within that one room. And then we've got a 1-bedroom apartment where you've got a separate bedroom, separate living room, separate kitchen, separate bathroom, and then 2 bedrooms, kitchen, living room, bathroom. Yeah. So we're looking for apartments. So ideally, we'll get rid of things like these. We don't need to see these because they're not important to us. We're looking for stuff like a studio there. We've got so many apartments available here. Again, I would probably stay away with stuff that looks like a high-rise, like an ex-local authority high-rise. The reason why I say that is because you want to be able to find properties in a good location which are going to let out quite easily. So again, we're going to look, when we look at these, the first thing I want you to do is go through these and see which is very close. Let's just have a quick look. So Stuart Oliver seems like they've got lots there. They've got Brindley Drive. So the first thing we'll need to do, so here we are, we've found a couple of opportunities here. And admittedly, Abe has called a couple so far. So far we've spoken to Martin and Co. Okay, what was the feedback here, Abe?
They weren't really interested in what we were proposing to them.
And you know what, to be fair, that's fine.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because it's the first time that you're making these calls. You're going to be a little bit nervous. They're going to be a little bit apprehensive. But what with this one in particular, they do corporate lets, but unfortunately not on this property. The landlord said no to that property. Now we've also just called another agent, Centric. So is this the second agent that we called?
It's the second one.
Now, unfortunately, Centric, They do corporate lets, but only if you'll only have a single tenant living in there on a long period of time. They don't want it where you're going to have continuous
different
people going in and out. And unfortunately, with service accommodation, you have to be completely open and honest and say, unfortunately, that's our model.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, they're not working. But I suppose the whole point of this is how are you feeling about it so far, Abe?
It's difficult, but we're getting there.
But when you say it's difficult, I'm trying to understand what's the thing that you're finding difficult.
How to speak to the letting agents on the phone and stuff.
But that's
like
okay
that.
because let's face it, you've got no property experience.
Yeah.
It's not going to come naturally.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get into your mind today is that the more phone calls we make will be a consistent progression into getting better. So every call should be better than the last.
Yeah.
And the first call, let's say you were very rusty.
Yeah.
Second call, still rusty, but we're getting better. And by call 10, this should be almost like, and you got to remember, you don't know some of the terminology. We're talking about corporate lets, we're talking about company lets. You know, unfortunately, at the moment, you don't kind of know what they mean. However, what we can find is that the more that you talk to the agents, more that we can understand. And every agent that we're speaking to, we're asking, okay, you may not accept it on this property, but will you accept it on another property? And then let's get moving forward. Let's get making some more calls, and then let's have an update on that.
Okay, thank you.
Ask them if they've got anything else. Remember, Abe, this is a conversation. The more you give them, the more they will come back to you with.
Hi, Megan. Did Ricky speak to you about the what I'm calling regarding? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. What I was calling about is just to see if you would consider a corporate let. Okay. Do you have anything else that you have there that you consider a corporate let? Okay, no worries. Okay, thank you for that. Bye.
Okay, so feedback. So you just made another call there, another agent. So this is agent number 3. So this is call number 3.
Yeah. They said that as a company, they don't really do corporate lets because it goes against their ASP or something.
Okay, so that's cool. You know, we could have gone back with some, potentially there are ways around that, but it's okay. We're not here to battle with agents. We're here to speak to them. How did you find that call went? Because, you know, to be fair, you started off really confident. Yeah. It's only when she said, well, we kind of don't do it, that you went, oh, okay. And then you felt almost like a little bit deflated. And you know what? That's natural. When someone says no, you are going to feel a bit deflated, but it's okay. You've got to get through the no's to get to the yeses. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah. You're going to find an agent that says, yes, we will work and we do a corporate let. And then that's where you're going to think, and then that's where we go into gear number 2. At the moment, we're still trying to find our feet and trying to understand. Yeah? Yeah. How you feeling?
Feel all right. Just
remember, we've only been doing this for half an hour. Yeah. Let's get moving on. So, okay. What's your hesitation about making the next call?
Is when I get stuck, I don't know what to say.
You're not going to have all the answers. No one's ever going to have the answers when you start. So it's natural that you're going to feel a little bit hesitant. But you ever heard the saying, start now and perfect later? Yeah. You'll start to find your craft the more phone calls that you make. So I'd rather you not spend a load of time trying to figure out what you're trying to say and get on the phone and call them and start to have that conversation. There's no such thing as a script when it comes to stuff like this, because everyone's gonna come at you with a different question. Yeah. And if you were to have a script, your script would be like this long. I'd rather you concentrate on, this person that you're speaking to. Treat them as if you're talking to them like your mate, not as informal as your mate, because you millennials kind of talk, yes, bro, no, bro. We don't do yes, bro, no, bro, but it's okay. Yes, okay, okay, I understand that. Yeah, okay, no problem. Is there anything else that you can offer or anything that you can help with? And keep the conversation flowing. Remember, at the moment, you're just a person on the opposite side of the phone, asking them to do something that they're probably not naturally doing. Yeah. So therefore, ultimately, there's already going to be a guard up. And so therefore, you need to now try and get them to lower their barrier. Get them to lower their barrier. You're only going to do that by keeping them on the phone. Yeah. The more you keep them on the phone, more comfortable they become. The more comfortable they become, the more information they tell you. The more information they tell you, the more chance you've got of getting a deal done. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Ready for the next call? Yeah. Confident? Yeah. Let's go. So, Abe, call number 4. Yeah. So this was another property in Birmingham, studio flat. This one was a studio flat. You spoke to sorry, it wasn't a studio flat. This one wasn't. It was it was a studio. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Rent was $750 a month. So, tell me, how'd you get on?
I spoke to the lady at the front desk.
Did you feel more confident because you sounded a lot more confident?
Yeah. I felt it. Yeah. And then She said that she was going to get one of the agents to ring me because she's just the front office.
Okay, that's cool. You're not going to get through to the person that you need to every step of the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. It's unrealistic. You will sometimes hit the receptionist. The receptionist will need to pass it on to a letting negotiator or lettings manager, and they'll have to call you back.
Yeah.
You just need to keep that tab open so that when they do call you back, that you know what you're speaking about.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Call number 5, we're going.
Hi there. I just saw that you have a letting on a Rightmove. It doesn't have the address, but it says Hubwell. It's in Birmingham City Centre, I believe. Yeah, it's a studio. Sorry. Yeah, the 7th of the 9th, 2022. Yeah, that's the one. What I was calling about is regarding would you consider a corporate let on this property? Okay. Do you have any other properties that you might be able to do it on? Okay, no worries. Thanks for that though. Okay, thank you. Bye.
So it's interesting because she said to you just that, she said it's illegal. It's not illegal. It's just that the agent doesn't understand what the corporate let is or a company let, because the reality is that providing that there's consent by all parties, it's not illegal. But okay, how did you find? I felt like you were a little bit nervous on that call.
Yeah.
You're a little bit nervous, you're a bit fidgety. You need to try and get into that groove of settling down in the call quite early on.
Yeah.
Because if you're nervous, the person on the phone, on the other side of the phone, is also going to be nervous.
Yeah.
And therefore, you're never really going to break that barrier. So let's concentrate now on the next call on seeing how we can break these barriers. When we say break these barriers, speak to the agents. Let's have a quick look. Okay, we've got another agent here. So this one's not available until the 14th of the 9th. Let's speak to them. Let's see what they've got to say.
Hiya, I was just scrolling through Rightmove and I came across your property, 155 Bromsgrove Street in Birmingham, the flat, the 1-bedroom flat. It is the 14th of the 9th, 2022. Okay, yeah. What I was calling is regarding is would you be interested in the corporate let on this property?
What were you using the property for, sorry?
Okay, so we're basically a property company. We're based in Wolverhampton, and we're looking for properties that we can potentially take on a slightly longer term basis where we can utilise on a corporate let for Airbnb purposes.
Yeah, no, so that's it's against the terms of the lease.
Okay, all right. So in the
Yeah, if we were to take you on as tenants, and obviously you get caught doing that, then the landlord would be liable for a significant fine.
yeah, I know that there are some blocks in Birmingham where the lease don't permit it, and that's fine. Have you got anything else on your books
We
that
don't do company lets on any of our properties in the city centre.
on none of them?
None of ours, no. So it's if you're interested in doing that with us, then you would be looking to take you on as tenants.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, but you do. So if we were to take a property on, it would just have to be on a basically a single AST basis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but obviously you've already made this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we wouldn't do anything. I'm just clarifying it. So no, that's fine. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Bye. So what they're basically saying that block don't permit short lets. When we talk about short lets, we're talking about Airbnb.
Yeah.
So what they're basically saying is that they don't allow building people to take the properties on in this location and run it as an Airbnb. And there will be apartments like that. And the reason why they're worried about the amount of traffic they're getting in that building. So let's keep moving on. How you feeling?
I feel alright. I feel like that one went a lot better.
It did go a lot better. And so again, got to just keep moving on. And so this is Martin, okay? We've already spoken to him about that one. So let's keep moving on. Let's go have a look. We've already spoken to... Did we speak to Stuart Oliver?
Yeah.
They're the ones that are calling us back.
Yeah, that's the ones that's calling us back, yeah.
Okay, because they've got a few properties, so it could be quite interesting where we speak to them. Right, let's keep moving on.
Call may be recorded for quality and training purposes. Thank you for calling Shipways. Please press 1 for sales and 2 for lettings.
Okay, let's give these guys a quick call. It's on the 27th floor, which is... It looks like it's in a massive tower block. It's on the 27th floor. Not a big fan of the property itself, but it's okay because what we're doing...
Good morning for Shipways. Kelly speaking.
Hi Kelly, I just wonder if you can help. I've just on Rightmove noticed that you've got a property to let, which is on the 27th floor in Holloway Head.
Okay, you've come through to the sales team unfortunately because the letting team just on another call. If I take your name, I've got your contact number here, I can get Gemma to give you a call back.
Yeah, my name's Abe, ABE, and then surname Beddoes.
Yeah. Perfect.
If you can get to go call back on this number.
That's fine. I've got your number here. I'll get them to give you a call back, okay?
When you say they're on another call, does that kind of basically mean that they're having coffee?
Pardon?
Does that kind of basically mean that they're having coffee break?
No, they're on another call because you've come through to the sales team, so it diverts to me.
Okay.
I can't pick the phone up.
No problem. If you can get them to give us a call back, that'd be great.
Yep, no
Thank
worries.
you. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
Let's say, could you give me some more information on that, please?
What kind of information do you like to know?
Okay, so I've seen that is the property available immediately, is it?
No, it's the property gonna available on the 10th.
Ah, right, yeah, sorry, I've just seen it's available on the 10th of August. Okay. And do you also accept company lets on your apartments?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You don't do company lets or you don't do corporate lets?
Yeah, we don't do. We only let into the private tenant.
Do you mind if I ask why that is?
Sorry.
Do you mind if I ask why that is?
It's gonna be let only, so the landlord is only looking for student or working professional.
Oh, right, they're only after students or working professionals?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care, bye. We keep going, Abe?
Hello, Seaman, how can I help?
Hi there. I just saw that on Rightmove that you have a letting for Rotunda New Street. I believe it is a 1-bedroom apartment.
How much is it going for?
It's up for £800 a month.
Okay, so I think what you might be looking at is a studio. Actually, we've got 3 studios in Rotunda, all on the same price.
Yeah.
Can you see the available date, the one that you're interested in?
Yeah, it is the 18th of the 8th, 2022.
The 18th, perfect. Yeah, that one's still available. Let me just see when my colleague does have viewings from. Bear with me a second. Fleet Mill Property is an award-winning and independent Birmingham estate agency based on Colmore Row in the Central Business District. We specialise in selling, letting and managing premium properties, and the team are known for upholding the highest of standards. Thank you for holding. We'll be with you in a moment. Thank you for calling Fleet Mill Property. We're a respected agency in the city centre, with a clear understanding of our markets and our clients' needs. We operate a system of account managers for our clients, ensuring they have a single point of contact. Please ask a member of our team how we can help you, or visit our website, fleetmills.co.uk, for more information. Hi there, so obviously my colleague is there on Thursday, that's this Thursday, because she's there sometime at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, so basically what it is I'm calling about is I was just wondering on this property if you do company lets.
No, we don't.
Do you have anything else that maybe you would be considering doing it on?
No, so we don't do company lets at all, so it's just as a company policy.
Okay. Just out of interest, why is that?
So I mean, we used to do it about years and years back, but we don't just do it anymore. Just due to several issues that arise with company lets and the sort of company EFT.
Okay, thanks for that.
No worries
All
at all.
right, thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I like the fact that you asked why is that, and the reason why I say that is because obviously that's a slight progression in your confidence, and bear in mind that we've only been doing it less than an hour, so good. Okay, let's keep moving on. So hi guys, you've seen in the video the amount of calls that Abe has made, and we're pretty much at the end of the day. Bit of reflection time. I'm gonna hand you over to Abe. So how many calls did you make today, Abe?
Hundreds.
I'm not sure if it's hundreds, but we definitely made more than 50.
Yeah, definitely.
So 50 calls, large majority to agents. We didn't even bother try and go direct to vendor today. So we concentrated on Birmingham initially, then we looked towards the tail end of the day. We changed city, so we went to Liverpool. Now it's worth noting that we didn't actually physically leave the office, did we? So we didn't go and physically view any properties. So what's been the feedback? So in terms of feedback, so you spoke to all these agents. We had lots of no's. Would you agree?
Yeah, lots of no's.
Lots of no's. And what's been the feedback of speaking to these agents? What did they say? What was their, shall we say, what were their issues or what was their feedback?
A lot of them, their policies don't allow them to do what we were asking for, which was in corporate letting.
So you wanted to take it on a long-term lease,
Yeah.
and then pretty much run it as almost like an Airbnb style accommodation, is that right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the companies now were saying, sorry, we're not doing it. The head lease doesn't allow it. And it was a good thing for Abe, because would you say that your confidence increased over the phone?
Yeah, definitely.
So during the day, we saw massive change in Abe and how he approached it, the different ways that he spoke to agents, and more importantly, he also started to overcome some of the objections. So when the agents were saying, well, in actual fact, we're not doing it, Abe started saying, well, do you mind if I ask, why not? And that was a great thing to see. Now, that's a lot of positives. Let's talk about the positive. So we kind of changed strategy slightly. So every time we spoke to an agent, and if they said, oh, sorry, that property is not available, or that property is gone, what was the next question that you're asking?
Do you have any properties similar to this?
Okay, so we started asking, what else have you got? And what did one agent say?
They said that they had a 6-bed, was it HMO?
Yeah, 6-bed HMO in Erdington, in Birmingham. And we started asking some figures. We actually pretty much negotiated pretty much like a deal with them, and we've now got this appraised. So we did the appraisals on it, so we ran some numbers on it, and we actually put this out on the app, and we've got some interested parties in it. Can't say that money's in the bank just yet, but we're aiming within 24 hours of the deal going live on the Property Investor app, that the deal's going to be live and the deal's going to be sold. And ultimately, Abe I think we put a fee off memory of around £3,000 plus VAT, so it's 3,600. So if Abe if the deal's sold and Abe's acting as deal sourcer, he's going to walk away with £3,000 for one day. How's that sound, Abe?
Yeah, excellent. Could
you do this full time? So I kept asking Abe during the day what his thoughts were. Could he do this? Is it hard work? Yeah. Is it easy?
It is hard work, because I think that the more no's you get, you have to
Does it grind you down?
Yeah, but then you have to build the courage to keep going and keep going. That's when we got our yes.
Is that where we got the yes? Yeah. And that's really important, because lots of people would have gave up after hearing a few no's. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. But you encouraged me to keep going, because I was down after the first 5 no's.
It's okay. That's what happens. You have to really, after each call, assess how that call went, understand why they kind of said no, what is their objection, but more important, how can we turn that no into a yes? And we got there. We got that yes. And once we got that one yes, and then we changed our strategy, we went to a different city. We spoke to another couple of agents. Yeah. Again, we hit a couple of no's again. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And then we got that one agent who then said, you know what? Yes.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And then they've started showing us 2 or 3 properties. Now, we kind of ran out of time before we appraise them, but my plan now is over the next 24 to 48 hours to see if these kind of stack up for Abe, and see if we can get these shifted. So, if all 3 go live and all 3 sell, that could potentially be a 10 grand day. So how would you feel about that, Abe?
I'd be over the moon.
19 years old, but more importantly, we've shown him some skills today, some life skills, which is hopefully going to go through with him, regardless of what strategy or what life or what career he chooses. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
What's the takeaways from today?
In terms of what?
In terms of takeaways for the whole day, what have you learned? What did you enjoy? What did you not enjoy?
I learned how to speak to people on the phone, with confidence, what questions to ask. The things that I say I wouldn't enjoy is definitely the no's, and there's definitely some blunt agents out there that don't really they don't take any notice of it whatsoever.
Did you notice, Abe, when you called and you said, I'm interested in this property, they all tried to almost say, oh, shall we book a viewing?
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah, and then when you started saying, well, in actual fact, before we get to that viewing stage, could we talk about, would you consider doing this on a long-term lease or on a corporate let? And what was the change in their attitude?
Yeah, they didn't want to know. As soon as you mentioned it, they just didn't want to know. Or they made an excuse about policies or something like that.
Yeah, so a lot of them said that it's company policy that we're not doing corporate lets, we're not doing company lets. A lot of companies were hiding behind the fact that they're saying that the head lease of the block of apartments or the freeholder wouldn't allow it, and they just all hid behind that. A lot of them hid behind it, and to be fair, they are valid points. Some people are just slightly concerned about it. We only concentrated on one strategy, should I say, today. If I had more time with Abe, I can see that how I can mold him into a deal sourcing machine, because he has got that tenacity, he has got that ability to keep pushing forward where other people would have gave up after a few no's. Perhaps it's just because I sat next to him, and there were some calls where I had to butt in on the calls, and there's nothing wrong with that. So parts that you didn't enjoy with the no's, parts that you did enjoy.
Definitely speak to different agencies across the country. It gives you a different perspective. And I think that there was more yeses the further up north we got. So around Birmingham it was very hard, and then we went to Liverpool towards the end of the day, and we started getting a lot more people that were interested.
Is that because your confidence had grown? could that be because you started to become more familiar with the conversations?
Yeah.
Could it become you became more familiar with the terminology? Could it be because you became, you know, just more confident with property as a product, full stop?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I think that when I started to remember what questions I should ask in my head, and I started like asking the actual agent on the phone, it helped me a lot. And that's what I enjoyed, when they was giving me better answers, because at the start they was just giving me like one word answers and stuff. But then as soon as I started to ask them questions, they started to like get more into the conversation.
It was about having the conversation, and that's a key thing. So okay, brilliant. Are you going to carry on?
Yeah, 100%.
So what I'm trying to get Abe to do is, Abe has got a full-time job, but what I'm trying to get him to do is do this around his full-time job to see if we can create him a passive income, get him some extra income so that he can go out and enjoy himself a bit. He's 19 years old. I want him to enjoy himself, and more importantly, if I can guide him and coach him, and he has that ability, he has someone with experience to do that, there's no reason for him not to succeed. So first of all, I've got to say, I'm on TikTok.
Yeah.
So if you're not following me on TikTok, believe it or not, I am on TikTok. Go and follow me under the handle of Arsh. We've put up 3 TikToks, have we?
Yeah, 3 TikToks.
You know, Abe has got me to one where one of them's already hit over 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Crazy. So go and follow me on TikTok. As always, we release lots more podcasts out into the universe, so go and check out the Property Rebel podcast. We release a new podcast every Tuesday at 6 a.m. As well as that, you want to connect with me on social media. I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse, and now TikTok, all under the handle of Arsh. And finally, as I've mentioned all throughout at the start of this video, that the videos are sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Whether you're looking for B&B deals, rent-to-rent deals, lease option deals, service accommodation deals, we've got them all there. Go and check them out. There's 2 ways to get involved. First one is by going to their website, which is propertyinvestораpp.co.uk, or if you've got a smartphone, go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it from there. Is there any passing words? So if another 19-year-old is watching this video right now, Abe,
I would just say, if you are looking to get into it, that the Property Investor app is a very good place to start, I would say.
More importantly, Abe, shall we talk to them about some of the properties that we went to view as well?
Yeah.
How much money have we had to put into that deal that we've been to see today? The one where we're decorating?
Oh yeah. How much was it?
£2,000 all in to acquire a 4-bed HMO.
Yeah, and it was £1,000 once you get it back.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the deals, and like it's like unheard of. The amount of money that you put in and you getting out is like ridiculous.
And so what we're going to try and do is try and get Abe some of this stock so that he can run it, so that he can create his own passive income. So guys, on that note, from myself, from Abe, what do you do? What do 19-year-olds do? Do you do peace out or anything like that? Peace out. Yeah. So yeah, on that note, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. A little bit more real, a little bit more raw, and more importantly, hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe notification bell. From me and Abe, speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.